So the two captains, Revolution for Madagascar, Jordan Ayew for Ghana, come to greet the referee, Monsieur Sai, who today will be accompanied by assistants Jibril Kamara and Noah Bangura. The fourth official is El Haji Amadou Sai. For Ghana then, Ernest Neumar and Williams, who scored against Chad, the 5-0 thrashing that put them top of the table, are unavailable in the first starting lineup today. Asari, though, brilliant against Chad last Friday. And Thomas Partey, the Arsenal man, who has been drawing huge praise in the Ghanaian media all the way around the country. The defensive midfielder is attracting a few envious eyes around Europe from the biggest clubs as well. Arsenal, even though they see themselves as a big club, are now in a fight to keep him. So then we are all set to go. Top of the table clash in Group I sees Ghana top of the table away at Madagascar, but this is no more at home for Madagascar really than it is for Ghana, because we are in Morocco on neutral territory to see who will take the advantage in this group. Only one automatic place on offer for the World Cup. Same in all 9, as Africa gets 10 places in the World Cup for the first time. Madagascar starting off in second, 2 points behind their visitors. Know that a victory tonight will put them top and put them in the box seat. We're into the second half now of World Cup qualifying in Africa. Ghana playing in all yellow, attacking the goal to your left in this first half. Ghana came out on top in the very first game between these two in qualifying back in November 2023. Just a single goal that day, scored by Inaki Williams with a header from a cross by Gideon Mensah. Inaki Williams scored again against Chad, one of those who scored. Jordan Ayew also with a goal in that one. He scored 5 goals in Ghana's last 3 matches as he really comes to form from the Ayew dynasty of Ghana players. There's Corentin Martins, man who was captain of Auxerre when they won their first title in Liga in France back in 1996, in the year that they won the double under the great Giroud, who was in charge of Auxerre for 40-odd years. We're back to that position where you can hear Otto Addo, second game back in charge of the Black Stars. He's the 3rd coach in charge of them as well in this qualifying campaign. Took over from Chris Hughton, who was in charge of the first 2 games, including the defeat 1-0 against Comoros that was his last before the return of Addo. Madagascar then decided to take it short in the end. Inside an empty stadium, you really do get to hear those instructions flying around the pitch. Schindler, one of those who keeps his place in the starting lineup, set up one of the goals for Inaki Williams in the 5-0 thrashing of Chad. Ghana were already ahead after a goal by Antoine Semenyo, scored in just the 2nd minute. So far, though, with nearly 4 minutes on the clock here in Morocco, it's still 0-0. Picked up by La Poussin. Headed forward by Party. It's a good ball forward, but very difficult to bring down there for Francis. And the referee is given a free kick. Couturier complains to the referee, to the man who plays for lower division Villefranche in France. His arguments coming to nothing. Good direct run there by Antoine Semenyo, the centre-back. Big debate going on here about what they're going to do with this. Jordan Ayew, brother of Andre, who plays in France with Le Havre, and Ibrahim, who was the unused sub when Ghana reached the quarter-finals of the 2010 World Cup, coming a cropper against Uruguay. They're going to leave it then for Jordan Ayew. Finally, ball comes in from Ayew, back post. First major chance just over 6 minutes into the game. And it's Salisu, the centre-back, who slides in. Thomas Partey was standing in an offside position, but made it clear he wasn't taking part in play. And Mohamed Salisu, who plays for Monaco in Liga, who are going well, their attempts to qualify for the Champions League next season, which they had qualified for this time around. Gideon Mensah is going to take the throw-in. Oser's only participant at the last World Cup in Qatar, which Ghana didn't enjoy very much, to be honest with you. It was a rather poor campaign from them in the group stage. It's one of a number of World Cups that Ghana have been to, but they have still yet to beat that march all the way through to the last 8, when the World Cup took place on African soil for the first time and only time so far. Salisu into Mensah. Left back gets it back once more. Good defensive structure so far, though, from Madagascar. And a good tackle there, and that should be a free kick as well. Salisu beaten to the ball and then beaten to the tackle as well. '14th appearance for Salisu. since he made his debut back in September of 2022, which predates the current World Cup qualifying run. And a free kick for the nominal host that is taken there by Akanpandi. Tries to get in there again. Down goes Jordan Ayew, and he's managed to convince the referee that that was a free kick for Ghana. Didn't really see where that foul was, to be honest. With nobody in the crowd, though, the shrieks of the players heard even more keenly by the ears of the referee. It's a free kick that's been given to Ghana, which has surprised Warren Caddy. Man who plays in second division football in Switzerland, in the Challenge League for Stade Lausanne Uchi. Thomas Fontaine, the man who was penalised, the Sochaux man. Third division now, Sochaux. They used to be a Ligue 1 team. So then Jordan Ayew with the free kick once more, slightly further out this time as we head towards the 10-minute mark. Madagascar 0, Ghana 0. In it comes from Ayew. Back post! Oh, yes! Well, they had a dress rehearsal with a free kick a few moments ago, but this time right on the money. And Thomas Partey, who was so good against Chad last Friday, comes up with the goal here that opens the scoring for the Black Stars in this top-of-the-table clash. Well, there aren't many fans in tonight, but those that are here absolutely delighted. It's a brilliant delivery and a great header, giving Dupierre no chance at all in the Madagascar goal. So with just over 10 minutes gone, the first shot in anger on target goes straight into the back of the net. No VAR, so the referee's word is final. Goal given, Madagascar 0, Ghana 1. Thomas Partey with the strike. His 14th goal in his 51st match for Ghana after he celebrated his half-centenary last Friday so proficiently. Jeffrey Afriyie going down. Man who came off the bench against Chad, but starting this evening. In it comes, it's a dangerous free kick in again. Jean Marcelin was the man trying to shoot, and in the end he goes rocketing over the bar. Thomas Fontaine with the shot. Nicely forward by Raveloson. Coming up against his former Auxerre teammate tonight in Gideon Mensah, before Raveloson left in the winter to go to Young Boys in the Swiss Super League, where he's already having a better second half of the season than he did for Auxerre in French football. Jordan Dupierre was a good ball forward, actually. However, it's been run into touch on that far side for a Ghana throw. Morgan Jean-Pierre, the Orléans man, was the man trying to get forward for the hosts as they try to retrieve this deficit. Jordan Ayew beautifully brought down. However, he's tackled. Ravelosa, though, loses it. Ghana back in possession. Forward by Schindler. Tackle coming in from Thomas Fontaine. To the byline. Decent ball in as well, but again it's out this time. Gideon Mensah picks it up, thought about going down the left-hand side, instead goes backwards to Salisu, who was given the hurry up as well. Mensah backtracking, goes past Ayew. And it'll be a throw. Mensah, first time ball in. Oh, it might come well. Shot by Kudos. Had a terrific game against Chad. And at the moment, it's a nervous-looking Madagascar in the opening quarter of an hour. Kudos hitting it well. One of the few players who's worn the captain's armband in the last year. West Ham player looking for goal number 12.
Abu, go, Abu, inside. Take him.
Talking to Abu Francis, one of the substitutes against Chad. You could hear there, Abu Francis plays in Belgian football for Cercle Brugge. A slightly less famous club from that city. Club Brugge is generally the club that's had the upper hand historically. In comes the corner then. Ghana in front. Nobody seemed to know where that was, and it's claimed in the air by Dupier under pressure and drawing the foul. Dupier wants to get going immediately. Maybe a little too quickly. He's handed possession straight back to the Black Stars. Semenya. Nicely done from Salisu. Partey. Taken on by Partey again. He's given the ball away this time though, gets it back immediately. Francis. It's a lovely ball out to this near side where the ever-willing Gideon Mensah is free and feeds it down the line to the captain, Jordan Ayew. Gone out. Well, you can beg all you want, but it's not going to change the official's mind. That was Gideon Mensah going down. Well, you could argue that was a foul. Even if he'd missed him, it was a foot very high. It was dangerous. Just good fortune. Gideon Mensah wasn't actually struck. Forward then. On the attack there was Akampandi. He's going to take the throw as well. Gideon Mensah, though, gets there first. Over the top of Jordan Ayew, but Couturier couldn't control it. All of a sudden it's forward, and Semenya is after it. Smoothly done, though, by Dupier. Both goalkeepers very, very inexperienced. Both, though, enjoying good times in the last game, whilst their attacking teammates took care of the business at the other end of the pitch. Couturier. It's well kept in. There by Randrian Antenia. It's getting a little bit feisty down there in that part of the pitch. Jordan Ayew on the deck and not happy with the attention coming his way. Well, there was a few little confrontations in that little 1-minute burst. The referee just gathering players together just to calm them down. John Baggio, a diminutive attacking midfielder, was the man who brought down Jordan Ayew in a way that less than pleased him. Underway again. That's well kept in on the header, that far side, but good tracking back for Madagascar. Retrieves possession before any danger could develop. Couturier spreads it out wide into Akampandi. Plenty of room for the right back to come forward into. Good ball forward as well. Better move this from Madagascar. Good tracking back. Free kick though given against Thomas Partey. Randrian Tanenia, the man who went to ground. 20 minutes gone. Madagascar 0, Ghana 1, and Ghana in the middle at the moment of extending their lead. A big statement for Ghana if they can take this game. It would put them in command of the group. Anything else and it remains very open. Sorry, just organising his troops. Man who plays for Hearts of Oak. In it comes then. Oh, disappointing from Raveloson. Curious stat for Benjamin Asade. He's got more clean sheets for Hearts of Oak this season than he has goals conceded. Little shake of the head from Madagascar's coach, Corentin Martins. Very, very cultured midfielder in his day. Long ball forward. A little push there from Semenya, it looked like, but very good defending nonetheless. And it draws a foul in the end. Jean Marcelin was the man who was tracking back and holding off the pressure. Raveloson, the captain, gives it back as we head towards the halfway point of the first half. That's nicely done. Madagascar are a very good-looking side when they are allowed to play. Central African Republic found to their cost. They scored 3 goals or more in 2 of their 5 games so far. They've won 3 of their last 4 in a 4-match unbeaten run since losing to Ghana on the opening day.
Make the contact there.
Madagascar have won 3 and drawn 1 of their last 4 World Cup qualifying matches then. Aiming to win 4 matches in a single campaign for the very first time, but haven't started off in the best manner. Trailing at the moment to Ghana.
Drop. Let them play. Drop. Antoine. Drop. Drop. Close inside. Drop.
One of the fascinating things of having no crowd in the stands is you can hear all the coaches barking out their instructions. Otto Addo is going to lose his voice if he carries on like that. Over the top of Jordan Ayew. Couturier doesn't win the ball though, and then gets it at the second attempt. Madagascar have recovered well since going behind. Starting to come into the game just a little bit more, but still trailing. Couturier, Jordan Ayew comes up to try to grab it from him. He gets the ball back again from Radrian Antenia. Out wide, they're gathering in the middle as well. It's a decent ball in the first time that Madagascar have really threatened the Ghana goal, and it will go behind though for a goal kick. Radrian Antenia was one of the 3 different goal scorers from the win over Central African Republic last Wednesday, 2 days before Ghana thrashed Chad. A game in which they had 5 different scorers. Couturier with the header. Missed though by Salisu. Ghana collecting it back in midfield. Good tackle though. Madagascar, though, despite catching them in midfield, Ghana still having an awful lot of defenders behind the ball. So counter-attack was never really on. Couturier, though, goes past Ayew. Has never been too far away from him so far in the opening 25 minutes. Couturier drifting out onto the left-hand side for the first time. Again, though, Ghana see the change in tactics and make the challenge. Here we go again. Lapoussin is tripped. Fairly blatantly as well. There by Abu Francis, 23-year-old central midfielder. Akampandi's not going to be able to keep this in, and it will be a throw-in to Ghana, as a rather dissatisfied Corentin Martins looks on. Good tackle coming in from Radrian Antenia on Jordan Ayew.
Take the drop! Take this! Take this! Drop! Inside, Jordan, inside!
Oh, that ball has ricocheted back into the penalty area, but Martinez is there to clear things up. And he plays his football in Israel. Akampandy. Good tackle by Salisu, according to the referee, so Ghana are able to carry on. Forward there by Kudos. All the way across, and a sliding challenge. Great ball in. Well, looking at the referee, because he didn't give the challenge earlier on, but a great ball in by Semenya. Now, what's going on here with the referee? Somebody has obviously said something out of turn. And, of course, with no crowd, the referee able to hear it very, very distinctly. One of the assistants of Corentin Martins. And you can quite clearly see there the referee saying, let me referee the game. You take care of your team. I think he's also saying there that the assistants have to stay back on the dugout. Only the coach can come forward to the technical area. Well, they all ate their humble pie there, and the referee allows play to continue as we head towards the half-hour mark. Picked up in the middle by Francis. Still going, trying to lay it through. Semenya on the run there, but it deflected out of favour for Ghana there, straight through to the goalkeeper, Dupia, who's had a pretty good game so far, except for the one time where he had to pick the ball out of the back of the net. Not that he could really be blamed for that. Picked up in the middle there by John Biagio. Good tackle once more, and picked up by Kudos. One of 4 players in the starting lineup that all play in the English Premier League, along with Jordan Ayew at Leicester, as Semenya at Bournemouth, who are having an astonishing season in the English Premier League, of which he is certainly playing his part. The other player, Kudos for West Ham, Arsenal, who's the man who scored the goal. As we've reached the half-hour point, with Madagascar trailing by 1-0 against the Group I leaders, Ghana. Here's Marsla. 15 minutes until half-time for Madagascar to work out a way to parity. Randrian Tanenia to Couturier. Holds off the challenge from Partey well and gets the ball out wide. Fontaine coming forward. Good tackle though on that far side by Djiku. Former Strasbourg man, but playing his football now in Turkey at Fenerbahce. Here they come once more though. That's lovely play in the middle, and a shot goes wide from Raveloson. Man who scored 4 goals in Madagascar's last 3 World Cup qualifying matches. And it got a deflection, so it'll be a corner. Which the skipper will take himself. In the middle, Marsla and Randrian Tanenia looking for the header, but it's been taken short. Couturier. Everybody in a yellow shirt inside their own third. Very deep this from Ghana. Couturier feeds it back out into the path of Fontaine. Poor ball into the middle, easily intercepted by Gideon Mensah, who's popped up on that right-hand side. Poor ball forward. Not very representative of the way that Ghana have played so far in this first half. Couturier beginning to become more and more influential now as the first half wears on, but he's muscled off the ball. And then a free kick. Kudos going down a little easily there under the challenge from John Biagio. But enough for the referee to give a free kick. Mohamed Kudos, former Ghana under-20 and Ghana under-17 international, who's trying to help his West Ham side in England stay above the bottom 3, but it's not proving easy this season. Campandi decides just to go square, and the two centre-backs exchange passes. Marcelin and Fontaine. Picked up in the middle again, though, a good tackle. However, the shot comes in from Randere Antenia, and it's a simple fall onto it by Asare. Benjamin Asare, 19 matches for Hearts of Oak this Ghanan Premier League season. 8 goals conceded, 12 clean sheets. It's not often you see that statistic for a goalkeeper. He's had 4 more clean sheets, and he has goals conceded in all of those games he's played. Taken forward by Le Poussin. There's no room to try and get into the box. This is really difficult for Madagascar. Not so much following the yellow brick road. They are coming up against a yellow brick wall at the moment in Ghana so far this evening. 10 minutes to go until the break. Akampandi with the ball into the middle. Again, though, it's a Ghanan player throwing themselves at it. Madagascar 0, Ghana 1. Ghana on the attack, looking for a second goal. Need a few people in support, though. He's trying to wait for them, is Semenyo. In the end, he was forced to take on his man. Tackle came in from Jean-Pierre, but Semenyo at least has got his side a free kick. So they're the Ghanaian substitutes warming up. Kamaldeen Sulemana, Southampton man, is amongst them. Came on as a substitute against Chad just before the weekend. Referee's happy to continue play. The advantage being played. Doesn't see one, though, in the end. There's a yellow card, I think, coming out here, the first of the game. And it goes to Abel Francis, who has been earning that yellow card in this first half. Oof, that was not a nice challenge through there on La Poussin. So Francis Abou, first man in the book. Corentin Martin trying to exhort his team to get forward. Again, though, just running out of ideas in the end. Also, Addo, since he came back, has won all 3 games. His side have scored 11 goals and conceded 5, but they did get their first clean sheet under him in the last game against the Chad side. Football's a simple game. If you score more goals than your opponents, then you generally win. And that's the way it's been so far for Ghana since the return of their coach. Marcelin. A little bit of space for the centre-back to venture forward into. Couturier. It was a little bit sharp, that ball. looking for Ravalosan. Just couldn't quite take the impact out of it on his chest. Couturier once more, though. Again, they're always looking good when he's on the ball. First touch. One back. And over the top. Well, they're being forced to go from distance. John Baggio again. But Ghana will be very happy if they start shooting from there for the rest of the game. Big header forward. Couturier again gets the ball away from Jordan Ayew. Feeds it back into the path of Thomas Fontaine. Jean-Pierre forward. Into Lapoussin. Couturier makes the move, but the ball's going to come across to this near side where Akampandi is waiting for it, who beats Gideon Mensah to the ball. However, Mensah is backed up by a teammate, Salisu. And Mensah manages to get it away, spirits away to Jordan Ayew. Ayew, though, runs into Couturier. Again, he wins the ball back again and relaunches Madagascar ambitions once more. Back goes Gideon Mensah, though. It's been such a good servant to Ghana for so long now. Spread out wide, this time by Abu Francis. 5 minutes to go or so until the break. It's still Thomas Partey's 11th minute header that separates the two sides. Mensah, under pressure. Couturier's gone down. Jordan Ayew says, get up. I didn't do anything. He'll be fine. Well, it wasn't exactly a punch, was it? Ravalosan coming forward to get some precisions from the referee about why that wasn't a free kick. Mensah. Unusually, the first touch wasn't great from the Auxerre man. And Salisu is forced to evade Warren Caddy and send it back to the goalkeeper, who also has to avoid the centre forward and does well. And it'll be to play through a round of applause from the Ghanaian bench. Out by Asari. Again, though, no accuracy on the ball forward, so Madagascar pick up possession again. However, it's a free kick in favour of Ghana this time. Here it comes, Ghana into the middle, looking at the referee, who has given a goal kick. I thought he was pointing at the spot for a moment, but no. Little smile from the referee as well. Kudos, who was the man who went down under the challenge from Marcelin. Would have been a very soft one. John Baggio. Akampandi, nice little play here. This is better from Madagascar. Now a chance to get forward with Randri Antanenia. And frustration for Madagascar in this first half. It's not even going to get a corner. Goal kick to Ghana. Ghana going much better here. They had a terrible Africa Cup of Nations qualifying campaign with just 3 draws from their 6 matches to finish rock bottom of that group. So they won't be heading to this country, Morocco, come December for the finals. Even more ironic that they're having to play here for World Cup qualifying because Madagascar are not allowed to play at home. Couturier couldn't quite get there. Ghana again. This would not be good for Madagascar to concede again this close to half-time. Gideon Mensah sends in another ball, but is easily intercepted this time. Back comes Warren Caddy to help out in midfield. Couturier, whose day job is in the midfield, feeds a decent ball forward into the path of Randrian Antenia. Good tackle by Partey, still going. The goal scorer, but it runs into Ravalosan. However, it's a free kick, is it? No, referee's helping to carry on. We are into 1 minute of time added on at the end of the first half. It's been a decent rhythm to it. Both sides have taken in chance to come forward, but Ghana overall probably worthy of their half-time lead if they get there. Kudos again, going down under the challenge from the captain Ravalosan. So then, first half comes to an end, and it is the goal by Thomas Partey that separates the two sides in this top-of-the-table clash in Group I. Madagascar have come back well, but have faced who are best placed out of the 9 groups to go into the playoffs. Well, they need to do something here. Kick-off at the beginning of the second half. It's Madagascar 0, Ghana 1. Thomas Partey then is the man who's got the feel-good factor coming back to Ghana, who missed out on qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations that will be here in Morocco later in the year. But where they would really like to be is in North and Central America for the World Cup next year. And an early shock straight on from distance that goes wide. Well, Kudos looking a little bit disappointed there. That was ambitious, though, to be fair. One of the few players that didn't either score or set up a goal against Chad last Friday. And Madagascar have given the ball away again. From distance again, over the top from Jordan Ayew this time, and well, that wasn't any better than the last shot. Jordan Ayew, though, in terrific form of late. Scored from the penalty spot against Chad that made it 3-0 in the first half, before his side went on and scored 2 more goals in the second. He also scored in the 4-3 win, a real ding-dong battle against Central African Republic as well, the game before that. And he was the man who also scored the winner in the 94th minute away in Mali back in June last year. That one coming after their only defeat in the competition so far away in Comoros. It's been helter-skelter in this group. Comoros have led the group, Ghana have led the group. Madagascar, even after they won their match day 4 game, were top for a brief period. Black Stars continuing to win back possession. Back inside. There by the right back. Very successful 4-3-3 system that was deployed by Otto Addo in the game against Chad, with Inaki Williams, Antoine Semenyo and Jordan Ayew leading the attack. Inaki Williams on the bench today. Man who plays his club football for Athletic Bilbao in the Spanish Liga. Madagascar with their first try to get forward. Warren Caddy on the ball. Ravalosan sprinted out wide. Well, they're trying to get the throw-in out of that, and they are going to get it. John Baggio runs straight into a Ghanaian defender, but picked up by Couturier.
I just said the ball was not too much.
Couturier again, and he's going to try from distance this time. I think it was supposed to be a shot, but it wasn't exactly the cleanest contact by the midfielder, and it wound up nearly being a really good cross.
You go up, it's finished. Oh, yes. Okay, please, coach. Okay, continue like that. Continue. We will see. Every action talk.
Fair amount of consternation going on the bench here for Ghana, I think. It's offside. Took about 5 goals for Jordan Ayew. It's one behind Mohamed Salah coming into this game, the Egyptian. They play tomorrow in their group. Looking for Jordan Ayew on the edge of the area. And we're thinking about another shot from distance. Kudos lays it out wide. It's a decent ball into the middle, but it's well dealt with by the Madagascan defence. Comes over onto this far side where it's picked up by John Baggio. Ghana again, though, making the challenges in midfield, stifling the Madagascan attack. Gideon Mensah. Well, Ghana's mediocre attack was largely to blame for their failure in Africa Cup of Nations qualifying, but the change of coach seems to have shown them the way to goal once again. And you can see the fluidity in their attack in this game. Kingsley Schneider is going to take this, the man who plays in Turkey with Samsun Spor. In the end, though, it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Five minutes into the second half, still 1-0 to Ghana. And not really an awful lot of difference in terms of play from the first half coming into the second. Good tackle in midfield, though. Couturier once again making himself a nuisance, along with Loïc Lepoussin, man who plays for Saint-Trudense in Belgium in the Jupiler League, who are into the relegation playoffs there. So things not going too well for Lepoussin's club side. That's overhit, and he'll go behind for a goal kick. Madagascar are actually behind as well against the Central African Republic before coming through to win that one. Went behind to a 9th-minute goal by Hugo Gambo, which was only 2 minutes before they went behind in this game as well. So if you take that as a portent, then perhaps there's a way back. Having said that, though, they had gone in front with 2 goals from Rayan Ravalosan by half-time last Wednesday. So They have not looked like doing that here tonight. Ayew goes around Couturier this time, feeds it into Partey. Kudos, still going. In the end, good persistence. Ball comes in from Gideon Mensah. Ayew's going to, no, he's going to have another go from outside the area. It's deflected this time and goes behind for a corner. Well, Madagascar, even though they weren't the home side in their last game, Central African Republic were, the game still took place here in Morocco. So they've been able to just stay for the intervening 5 days. Jordan Ayew with the corner kick. Good one! And it's a second goal. 8 minutes into the second half and Ghana double their lead. Set piece undoing Madagascar again. Well, out of the blocks fast. Thomas Partey with his second goal of the game. And there's a handful of Ghana fans inside this otherwise empty stadium to cheer. It's a brilliant ball in and a really good rise into the air by the Arsenal man. And Ghana lead by 2-0 in this top of the table clash against the team from the middle of the Indian Ocean. And Corentin Martin's second game in charge is not going according to plan. Well, it's the 6th goal that Ghana has scored from a header in their qualifying campaign, but 2 of those have come in this game alone. And for Jordan Ayew, it might not be a goal that he scored himself, but it is an assist. And it's the first goal that Jordan Ayew has actually created after all the ones that he scored. 10 minutes into the second half and Madagascar have a rather large hill to climb now as they trail by 2-0. Things stay the way they are, they will drop 5 points behind the group leaders. It's another set piece, not to worry them. In it comes Ayew again, it bounces all the way across. Finally out by Akambandi. Madagascar need a reaction, but Warren Caddy, surrounded by Ghanaian defenders, ends up losing possession again. $13 now under Otto Addo since he returned as Ghana coach. In 3.5 games in charge once more. La Poussin for Madagascar. They still don't really look like they have an idea of how to break down this Ghanaian midfield, yet alone defence. It's not the best tackle by Partey, coming through the back of John Baggio. One thing's for sure, Madagascar now need to score the next goal, and they need to do it relatively soon if they are to change the momentum of this game. Schindler, no way through there. So back it goes to Jiku. Semenyo. Back to the former Strasbourg centre-back. Now in his second season in Turkey. Down to walking pace in the middle. Jordan Ayew, though, tries to inject a little bit of pace. Lovely ball through. And the third goal. Well, smash and grab. And it's Kudus to Kudus, who scores the third goal and surely makes the 3-point save. Well, they've taken this game apart inside the first 12 minutes of the second half. And Madagascar didn't get the next goal, which they surely needed. Good strength shown by the captain, Jordan Ayew, in the middle. And then a little ball through, Kudos shaking off his marker. And scoring his first goal of this World Cup qualifying campaign. And the man whose club, West Ham United, are rather suffering in the English Premier League is certainly enjoying life with the Black Stars. Madagascar 0, Ghana 3.
Again. Well done, Jiku. Jiku, well done. King. No. He just said no. He said no, come on back.
Well, I would imagine that Otto Addo will carve a more relaxed figure now inside his technical area, with his side very much in control. Corentin Martins, who only took charge on the 30th of January at Madagascar. That route towards a maiden World Cup finals now looking just a little further off. As we hit the hour mark, Madagascar 3 goals down to Ghana, who are very much on top in this top of the table clash in Group I. Oof, nearly got in again there. Well, starting to lose confidence, Madagascar now, and a throw-in conceded rather easily that Schindler will take. Fontaine feeds it out wide. There's Akampandi. Ayew, surrounded by red shirts. A little bit of keep ball now being played by the Black Stars. Gideon Mensah shows you now they feel like they've won the game. Back to the goalkeeper. That didn't work out though. And all of a sudden, Lapusa can bring this forward down the left-hand side. Good tackle though. Brings his run to an end. Kudus. Well intercepted by Lapusa, trying to get away from Schindler. Schindler, though, has won the ball back again, and now that will be a free kick to Ghana. Well, the game between these two sides on the open day qualifying was a tight affair that ended 1-0 to Ghana. This has been much more of a demonstration, as Corentin Martins, not surprisingly, now wants to make a few changes. Ilham Araita is one of those who's going to come on. Eva is also looking like he's going to come into the fray as well. Oof. That was as tight as it gets when it comes to offside, and of course with no VAR, then the linesman's view is law. That one was a bit of a panic kick forward by Madagascar, straight into the arms of Asare. Hasn't had too much to do tonight. The Ghanaian goalkeeper, in only his second appearance for Ghana at the age of 32. His debut coming last week. Man who is having his best season for his club, Hearts of Oak, and has yet to concede a goal as an international keeper. Forward by Francis. Tackled by Couturier. Lapusa. John Baggio. Nice play. Raveloson. Well, it's a nice move so far, but we've seen this before. What they need is a bit more like that at the sharp end of the pitch. John Baggio brings it down beautifully and delivers a decent ball into the box. Again, though, it's dealt with. Raveloson. Plenty of yellow shirts between him and the goal, though. Out wide there by Marcelin. In it comes from Jean-Pierre and safely into the arms of Asare. Sorry, picked up back-to-back clean sheets for Hearts of Oak against Heart of Lion and Holy Stars in the Ghana Premier League. Here's a Semenyo. Has the ball ripped away from him, though. By Barajo, who didn't play a part in the game against Central African Republic. Raveloson. Good breaking up a play in the midfield, though, by Ghana. However, the ball makes its way in. Gideon Mensah gets there first. Finds his captain, Ayew. Kudus gets away from Couturier's robust challenge. And a nice ball down the line, and the veteran Jordan Ayew doesn't quite have the speed he used to have, and it goes out for a goal kick. So then Lapusa is coming off, and will be replaced by Marco Ilaimanatrea. Plays for Kortrijk. Former France under-20 international before taking on Madagascar nationality to play at international football. Kortrijk, also like La Poussins Saint-Trudense, are in the relegation playoffs in the Belgian Jupiler League. Ilaimanatrea gets his first touch since coming on. Fontaine. Everybody backing off him. Delivers a long ball forward, but too many players in yellow to back up to stop that. However, this is better. Vaharaninya back inside, looking for the return ball, the substitute, but there's a little bit too much on that, and it'll be a goal kick. El Hadri Raharenrenia plays for Paris FC's under-19 team. He's only 18 years old himself, the attacking midfielder. Paris FC, the senior team, trying to get up into Liga for the first time in a while. Semenyo is going to come off then for Ghana and will be replaced by Iñaki Williams, the Athletic Bilbao man. 30-year-old right winger, ex-Spain international. He represented Spain once back in 2016 after having represented the under-21s for quite a long time, actually. Comes on for his 19th appearance for Ghana with 20 minutes to go, and Ghana sporting a very healthy 3-0 lead. That's good play. That's the kind of bite that we haven't seen too much from Madagascar in midfield, and now they're breaking forward, and here comes Caddy. It was a good attempt at goal. He's claiming that there was a touch that took it behind. Nobody else, though, is agreeing with him, and it will be a goal kick. But the sharpest piece of attacking by Madagascar in the game is not rewarded. Warren Caddy. It's only his 8th appearance for Madagascar as he looks for his first goal for them. Couturier gets ahead of Jordan Ayew. Forward by Salisu. The captain can't get it. Caddy brings it down off his shoulder, and Ayew manages to somehow retrieve the ball again before Couturier goes through and steals it back once more. Couturier has been by far the best player on the Madagascar side in this game. Man who has played in France for the likes of Chambly and Les Herbiers, which some of you might have heard of because of their Coupe de France exploits over the years. Went to Hesperanga in Luxembourg before moving this season to Villefranche. Ball across, all the way across, and out for a throw-in. Raveloson in midfield. There's space out onto the right-hand side. He's slightly under-hit that, but it does reach his target. 3 men in the middle. Not exactly charging forward. And all of a sudden, the Black Stars defenders all back in place, and Gideon Mensah makes the challenge. However, the ball given away straight away by Jordan Ayew. Fontaine through to Couturier. John Baggio. Back inside. First proper shot. Follow up. Starting to find their way towards goal. El Hadri Raha getting through on goal and getting the shot away. And the 18-year-old there almost coming up with his first international goal for Madagascar. It's Iñaki Williams being told to behave, the Ghana substitute, as we wait for this set piece. It's taken short, Couturier. Nice turn, gets the shot in as well, or gets the cross in at least. But Ghana have done well, and now they're pushing out. All the way back to Dupia. Well, the changes for Madagascar have made something of a difference. However, have they left it too late because they're 3-0 down? We're heading towards the 75-minute mark. Ghana still very much in control. Akampandi. That's a better ball into the box. Well, I think there's a few Madagascars screaming for a penalty there, but I didn't see a handball. Nice ball out wide. Into the path of Raha Rinrinya again. He's going to drop the ball to the back post, and it's picked up by Asare. Well, quite clearly did not hit the arms of Francis Abel. Squarely in the chest. Only Comoros and Chad still to play in this group, so it means that with either of those teams in the top two, in fact Comoros down in 4th place at the moment on 9 points. Ghana will extend their lead to 5 points over Madagascar. Comoros, if they beat Chad, can reduce that back down to 3, and more importantly, put themselves back into the top two. Yellow card for Thomas Fontaine, the Madagascar centre-back. Madagascar also making a change as well. Off comes Caddy. And on comes Hakim Abdallah, 27-year-old Dinamo Bucharest forward. Who's not been exactly in scoring form of late, but nevertheless has come on and will be looking for his first goal in this World Cup qualifying campaign in only his 2nd appearance in it. Ball away to the far-hand side. Scrambled away by Madagascar. Jordan Ayew, bizarrely, is almost the last man back, the centre forward. He'll pick it up again. It's a good tackle in the middle of the park, though, by Andrian Narayanana. That's the state of play at the moment. And Ghana don't look like they're going to release their strong hold on this game. Sade just about manages to get the ball away under pressure. Salisu somehow squeezes it through to Ayew, who is immediately tackled and challenged there by Fontaine, and it will be a throw-in to the away side. Well, next up for Ghana after this will be the return match against Chad in September. as we head into the last few games of World Cup qualifying. Ghana will finish off Chad away, Mali at home, then they go to Central African Republic and finish against Comoros. That could be a big game, actually, against a side that is also chasing for that single qualifying place and were indeed top after 4 games. It's going to be too far for Kudos to catch up with. As for Madagascar, well, they will lose ground here, so suddenly the margin for error will be vastly reduced for them. African Nations Championship qualifying coming up next for them before they come back to World Cup qualifying in September with a home game, which will probably be outside of the big island in the Indian Ocean against Central African Republic. They then also host Chad before finishing with 2 away games, which is going to be a tricky. Comoros and then Mali. A couple more substitutions coming up then. On comes Ebenezer Annan, the 22-year-old Red Star Bell grade player. Off comes Gideon Mensah, Kudus. And I think Razak Simpson has come on as well. Man who plays for, in Ghana, for Nations FC. Midfielder who has had some reasonable scoring form for his club in recent games. There's Ayew going over for the corner kick. 10 minutes to go. Madagascar 0, Ghana 3. Ayew's going to leave this time. In comes the corner kick near post. Not the best delivery. And Madagascar make an easy escape. Decent ball forward. Abdullah, first touch as he came on as a substitute, gets the ball across, but far too close to the goalkeeper. Benjamin Asare, who makes an easy smother. Just haven't really had the quality today. We've been talking in the match about how they have improved their attack in this World Cup qualifying campaign, but it's been strangely absent against Ghana today. Now, what's going on here? There's a Ghana player down just out inside the box. So the referee has halted play and called on the physios. One of whom looks like it's quite a run for him to get that far across the pitch. Well, it looks like it's just cramp. I think the Semenyo who's gone down. A rather glum-looking bench for Madagascar now. The points have somewhat escaped them. They look in no fit state to be able to come back and retrieve anything from this game. Looks like a few locals in to enjoy this football and enjoy their neutrality. So off goes Jerome Apoku, one of the changes from the starting lineup against Chad last Friday. He gets replaced by Jonas Adjeti. A 21-year-old defender who plays in Switzerland for Basel. Schindler will take the latest throw-in. with just under 7 minutes to go of normal time. Madagascar wanting to get on with it, but the trouble is that even when they have got on with it, they haven't really threatened that much. Another good tackle, but it's a third throw-in for Ghana as they advance down the pitch by increment. Schindler again is going to look a little longer this time. And again, it's a throw-in. Well, at this rate, he's going to be able to throw a throw-in into the penalty area if he keeps going like this. Again, looks forward. This time finds a teammate. A little bit of showboating from Semenya. Out wide by Marcelan. Given away, though, again. Change of personnel, though, out on that left-hand side now with Gideon Mensah having come off. 3 men in the middle. Cut out, though, by Marcelan once more. And again, gives away possession really easily. It's been an odd performance from Madagascar this evening. Partey, whose goal got them underway in the first half. Ghana, that is. It's all been really comfortable for the Ghanaian defenders in this game. Back it comes there to Ilan Maharitra. Couturier. Ball goes behind the midfielder, though. Ghana are able to attack once more, but good tackle in midfield. Stops that being what was going to be a very dangerous counter. Ilan Maharitra spreads it out wide once more. Midfielder gets it back again, looks up, but there's nobody moving ahead of him, so the ball goes square. In by Couturier. Again, the Ghanaian challenges come in and smother any shots that were being to be attempted. Picked up by Fontaine. It's nicely cushioned there by Raharinenia. Couturier met by a Ghanaian tackle, and it will be a throw-in. We're inside the last 4 minutes. Couturier can hear Otto Addo. Every time that Ghana make a challenge, he's congratulating them as if it's still 0-0. Wants their intensity to remain high for the entirety of the game, even though the game is already won. Ghana on their way to a 4th straight World Cup victory. Their campaign well and truly back on track as they edge slowly but surely towards Group I's automatic qualifying place. Schindler. Nice clever play by the right back, drawing the free kick from Raharinenia. Jordan Ayew inevitably comes across to pull rank there on Ernst Numar, man who plays for Olympique Lyonnais in Ligue 1, although he's leaving it for his captain to take. In it comes, dangerous ball again, but this time Madagascar deal with it slightly better. Raharinenia turns well. It's a good ball forward as well. Oh, as well kept in, is it? Well, it looked like that ball had stayed in. But Njiva looked like he'd given up on it. It's a good ball inside the box, but it comes straight back out again. Ilan Maharitra once more. Fontaine. It's a little bit short. Ghana intercepts, and they have a chance now to come forward, but Couturier tracks back and makes another vital challenge in midfield. Holding midfielder has had a good game, but has not really been backed up by his teammates. We're heading into the last minute of the game. Ghana cruising towards 3 points.
Wait.
Final minute, ticking down. Ghana's players obviously conscious of that, all the way back to the goalkeeper, who looks long, back by Fontaine. Ayew, lovely little drop of the shoulder, moves him into the Madagascar half. Partey, out wide. There's a number of Ghana players forward here, looking for Ayew. It went just behind the skipper. And they unable to continue his rich vein of scoring form. Man who has scored in the last 3 World Cup qualifiers. Finally has that little mini run ended here. However, 4.5 minutes to go. We are into the first minute of those 5 added on at the end of the game. And unless the Madagascar can come up with something truly miraculous, then they are on their way to being beaten by Ghana, both home and away, in this World Cup qualifying campaign. Couturier to Fontaine. They would love to get 1 goal, but Benjamin Asare would very much like to have a second clean sheet at the beginning of his international career. Ravalosan out wide. It's a free kick, has gone the other way though to Ghana. Philippe Couturier, the man to have made the foul. There it is, knee on knee. One could argue though that that happened because he was fouled himself. Well, when it's not your night, it's not your night. He'll feel a fair amount of injustice in that decision, I think. Not that really it's going to make too much difference to where the 3 points are going at the end of this. Ghana obviously will take every bit of time they can to take this free kick that is driven forward by their goalkeeper Asare. Back by Fontaine. Brought down by Jordan Ayew. It's a nice little ball out square. Picked up by Francis. This time it's a free kick the other way. Well, Ghana won't be too unhappy with this. Stop and start play. Madagascar unable to get any kind of rhythm up. Halfway through the 5 minutes added on. Madagascar don't look any nearer to scoring than they have for pretty much the entire game. Well, you can hear, that's that 5 Ghana supporters who are leading, well, they are the entirety of the celebration for Ghana tonight. One more chance perhaps for Madagascar, but it still can't find a man in the middle. Couturier, tireless running, goes on the overlap, tries to get there before it goes out and gets there, but can't find a Madagascar teammate. Ghana defending until the end. And it'll be a throw-in. Big step forward this in the hunt for World Cup qualification for a Ghana side who went to the last finals in Qatar but underperformed. Looking slightly out of breath now is Alexander Jiku, as the referee, no, it's not the final whistle. It will be soon, though, in the next 15 seconds or so. Meanwhile, Thomas Fontaine looking long with the throw-in. Centre-back gets it back once more and is met. Final whistle goes. A big statement win tonight by Ghana in Group I. 2 goals from Thomas Partey in his 51st appearance for Ghana. 1 goal for Mohamed Kudus. Madagascar never really threatened. So a second clean sheet for Benjamin Azari in his second international appearance. A 4th straight win in their qualifying campaign and a 5th in their 6 matches. A 5-point lead over Madagascar as it finishes here. Madagascar 0, Ghana 3.